What up, people? Ladies and gentlemen, on today's show on EGTV, we're going to be getting into a bunch of stuff, but first, an update for Gabriel Jesus. Could it be good news and a little bit of bad news all mixed in the same time? Yes, it is. Also, we're going to be getting into Zinchenko and an update on Zinchenko. We're also linked to Diego Simeone's son, who currently plays in Italy. He's a striker. A transfer hint from Bissouma that he might be interested in joining Arsenal. Update on William Saliba will be staying, came through yesterday. We'll just be speaking about that. We're going to be talking about Tielemans and a possible move to Arsenal, Scamacca, and if he'll be joining Arsenal also, and finally, Hector Bellerin and his hint that he wants to leave Arsenal on a permanent. Boom, people, what's going on? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. I hope you guys are well. Today, my guest is going to be African Gooner. He's just running a little bit late, but before he comes in, I just want to say hi. How is everybody doing in the chat? Let me know what you guys are up to, how you guys feeling. Honestly, I've been good on my end. I've been seeing a lot of questions in the chat lately. So why don't we do this first? Throw me your questions in the chat as I'm waiting for my guest to come in. He's going to be joining us any moment now. He said he's going to be running a little. He said he'll be running about 5 minutes late. So I started the stream a little bit later. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button while you guys are here. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of things. But before we go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know whatever questions you guys have. Maybe I'll put it in the question in the poll. You guys can create the poll question for the day. Let me know. Some of the questions I have was Gabriel Jesus. Do you think he's going to be a 20 goal a season striker for Arsenal, or will we have a similar situation to Man City where we're going to need another striker to bring in? Also, Tielemans has made his future very well known, that he will be leaving Leicester this upcoming season. He'll be headed somewhere else, so we'll have to find out where he goes. Bukayo Saka, we're going to be talking about him and the links away from Arsenal to Manchester City, Liverpool, and some other things. And also, Bukayo Saka has played a lot of games this season. If you don't know, he's playing for England in the Nations League, and he'll be back playing for Arsenal. Then he'll probably go to the Euros again. This man is going to be dead tired by the end of next season. We're going to have to get him some rest, and hopefully we can sign some people to get some of the energy off Bukayo Saka. Today is a closed show, so I will not be putting the links in the chat like I have over the last couple of days. Today's just a closed show, so sorry, bro. Maybe in the next 7 days I'll definitely do that more often. But yeah, let's go to some of the questions. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. Big up Lenny Moon always. Big up the moderators in the chat. We got Daniel Can saying, my man Egal, Tielemans update man is begging for top club in the Champions League. Gooner, let me know when you're ready, African Gooner. I'll bring you in, and we'll take Gakpo on a wide option. I'll definitely take Gakpo. We're going to talk about him. Gabriel Jesus' price tag is worth around 60 million. You know what? I'm going to save that for the price tag portion of the show. Good evening from Sydney. Good evening from Sydney. Wow. Big up to people watching from Sydney. Iga, I want Arsenal back. My brother, you're a genuine Arsenal fan, saying from the heart. Big up to you, Mata United. Leg Gooner, African Gooner, how you doing, bro?
Good, bro. How are you?
It's been a while, man. It's been a while, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a while since we last chatted. Lots of stuff has happened with our beloved team, ups and downs.
I don't think we've had a conversation, me and you, on a stream since like you came on the Football Terrace recently, and I was on stream.
Yeah. To be quite honest, I think work is just getting more hectic, to be honest, and it's just less time to dedicate. And you invest so much time watching all the games and everything and keeping up with transfer news on Twitter and stuff. Sometimes it's hard to do consistent streams if you're not doing it full time, right? So
boom. So yeah. Let the guys. Just because we haven't had you on a while, let the people know who you are. Let them know a little bit about yourself, how you became an Arsenal fan, where you live currently in the world.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal fans are global. And everyone in the chat, let me know where you're from. We got people from Minnesota. We got people from Sydney. We got people from Canada that currently live in the UK. We got another guy. Where are you from? Let the people know, man.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, as you guys can see, name's the African Gooner, currently living in Johannesburg, South Africa. Yeah, I have kind of a weird background. I consider myself an international citizen, and the way I started following Arsenal is quite unique. I went to a French school here in South Africa, and obviously, at the time, Arsene Wenger was manager of Arsenal, and there was a lot of French-speaking players. A lot of African players that spoke French and were part of the team. And so, yeah, obviously going to French school, Arsene Wenger was, looked as one of the best coaches in the world at the time, and he was. And Arsenal was one of the best teams at the time, and a lot of French people obviously supported Arsenal, and that's how I started supporting Arsenal when I was maybe 4 to 5 years old. I can't even remember. That's how young I was. I mean, I have a kid from every single season since. I've watched every single game. I've watched every single preseason game. I mean, I consume Arsenal content 24/7 pretty much, right? It is outside of work, it is my addiction, it is my hobby. Arsenal is something that I commit a lot of time to, and I'm quite passionate about. Of course, I play soccer, outside of work and stuff. So yeah, I've always enjoyed watching soccer, and Arsenal just happened naturally for me. And I've obviously suffered a lot of pains. I was really disappointed this season. I think fourth place was definitely up for grabs. I think it's really funny how you can beat United and Chelsea and then go ahead and lose against Spurs and Newcastle, right? So I think Arsenal's a very funny team. Suffered a lot, definitely. But yeah, I think there's been a little bit of a change in the team. I didn't want Arteta to get a new contract, to be honest. I think it gives him a lot of security. Like it's not that I wanted him to be sacked. I think maybe give him the first 5-10 games of this new season coming up and see kind of how he does and see the signings that he gets. And if, things are as bad as it was last season, where we lost the first 3 games in the season and we were in the bottom half of the table in the first few months, then yeah, I would sack him, right? But now we can't sack him because we've given him a new contract. So yeah, really interesting. I definitely see a lot of improvement in the team. I see a young team that is hungry. We press really well. It's kind of like a replication of Man City for me, right? Because that's where he's learned from. He's seen them be super successful, one of the most successful clubs right now in the past five to 10 years. And so he's trying to replicate that, right? And I don't think we have the same amount of money, but you can see like he's starting with foundations, right? Like the culture of the club, the training, the attitude. Like basically, if you don't get along with him or you don't do what he says, you're out the team, right? If you're lazy and you don't do the running, you don't do the pressing, you don't follow instructions, kind of like you don't have a place at Arsenal, right? So he's kind of changed the culture of the club. And I think as fans, we talk about being involved with the team this season and falling in love with the players. I think a lot of the reason for that is because of this new culture where players know they have to give 120%. And I also think that comes with younger players, right? Because they haven't made it, right? This is like the first few seasons of the Premier League. It's not like Ozil or Aubameyang where, they've already pretty much made it, right? They have nothing really to fight for or prove, and they're not really as hungry. Whereas we're seeing Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, these are all hungry players, right? Even Eddie Nketiah. Look, I don't rate the guy much, but he did really well at the end of the season. So you have to give him his props. And I think that's because he was fighting for a new contract. But, yeah, it's competition at the end of the day.
You know what? Bukayo Saka has just been given the Player of the Season award.
Yeah, my comments on that is absolutely deserved. I think Odegaard was second and Ramsdale was third. I definitely agree with that order. I think Saka's carried us a lot. He's played a lot of games. I think the leadership that he's shown, the way he's able to beat players. I specifically think his physicality this season has stood out for me for such a young and small player. He's able to hold off a lot of balls, from the goalkeeper in the air, push players off the ball. So I've been really impressed with his development physically, and absolutely, I think he deserves it. Look, a lot of people complain that he doesn't score enough. And I just think I think it's a bit unfair, right? Because he's young and he's still developing and he's already overachieving on what he should be. He's already playing in England. He started last night, obviously. So, yeah, we're really lucky to have him. And obviously, Man City trying to get him. I think Arsenal can't repeat their previous mistakes with Van Persie, Sanchez, and some of our top players. We definitely need to either make money on these transfers if we can't hold on to them, or we get the contract extension, right, and we just give them what they want.
Let me just stop you there for a second, guys. We got 34 of you guys in the chat, and like half of you guys have already hit the like button. That's great. If more of you guys could do that, that'd be even better. We got people from Nigeria, we got people from Malaysia, living in Qatar. Big up to you. We got people from Congo calling in, international. But yo, first things first, we're here to talk about Arsenal, and we're here to talk about the transfers. Just before we continue on to the transfers, you've already spoken about Mikel Arteta. You've already spoken about the season and how it's been. We've spoken about that. Do you think the two guys in this thing, what do you think about them? Because we're going to get into them right now. Fabrizio Romano, I don't know if you've seen his tweet just before we came on. He tweeted about them literally just a couple of seconds ago. So I'm just going to pull this up right now. Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Can you see that? Yep, we can. So Fabrizio Romano said, Jesus and Tielemans are still Arsenal's top of the list for Arsenal this summer. Expectations on Jesus is he will join a Premier League club, as reported this morning. And Tielemans is a priority signing with a new contract. Tielemans is is a priority signing, and a new contract with Leicester will take place soon. What?
No, new contacts. Like Arsenal's going to reach out to Leicester.
Sorry. I don't know. I got used to saying contract, but yeah, new contact. What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah, honestly, I'm conflicted, man, because, as Arsenal fans, we want to see amazing signings, and that sounds like a perfect universe, right? Arsenal getting 2 first-team players that come straight into our starting 11 from 2 top teams, one being Man City, obviously, and 2 being Leicester. So yeah, I mean, that would be amazing. I just don't want to get hyped about it, I don't want to get caught up in it. The other point I think that brings balance to this conversation is that we have done good business in the last 2 years, I would say, or 2 summer transfer windows. I don't want to say the 2 past windows, because obviously I do think we should have signed a striker or a midfielder in January, and we definitely would have made top 4. But for me, yeah, because they have a little bit of credit in the bank, like this could be true, So that's the conflict. Like, I don't believe it because like Arsenal just can't do this. I've never seen it. Usually it doesn't happen. Maybe with 1 top player, yes, but 2, no, it can't be Arsenal, right? And then on the other hand, like we have done good business, right? So with Ramsdale, Tomiyasu. So yeah.
I'm going to look at it this way. If we can get Gabriel Jesus over the line, can he be a 20-goal-a-season striker? And also, just to show you guys, there's a report coming out. Arsenal have scheduled a meeting with Manchester City over Gabriel Jesus in the next coming days. So there's going to be a meeting. That means this deal is getting closer and closer and closer every single day. And I'm loving it because they've now set their price for Gabriel Jesus also, if you haven't heard.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay it, by the way.
The price is not 60, that bad.
Bro? No way.
No.
Bro.
They've lowered it. It is now around the £45 million mark.
Didn't we offer 40 million and they want 50? Or we offered 40 something million pounds and they want like 53 or 51. Something like that. 60 million euros.
From what I've read, they've changed the asking price for Gabriel Jesus. If you want, I can double check it for you right now. The asking price is now 50 million euros, which is 43 million pounds. That is not that much money. 43.
Yeah, I think 40 million pounds is doable. Anything between 40, 42.5, I'd do. And I'd pay it immediately just to get this over the line and get it done with.
So my question to everyone in the chat is 43 million pounds. Is that supposed to buy you a 20-goal-a-season striker? Because no. I think what we're doing, we're raising the level of quality in our squad. That's what it is.
I don't think he'll score 20 goals. I think 20 goals and assists, maybe combined in the whole season, all competitions. That's already way better than we have right now. I think our top goal scorer in our squad is Pepe. And that tells you everything you need to know because he barely plays and he hasn't been at Arsenal that long either. So, yeah, we definitely need to put in a transfer for Jesus and get it done. I think the relationship with Arteta definitely plays a role. I think it gives us a slight advantage, and that's why I think we should act on this now. Like, look, Man City already signed Haaland, bro. Like, we need to be like that and just make the signings that we need and get ready for preseason. I don't want to have any of this nonsense where like season started and we're still like in advanced negotiations, So yeah, no, hopefully we get it done.
Jesus has a pact to leave for 43 million pounds. So Man City have agreed that if you pay 43 million pounds, they will let him go. I think that is a really good deal. 43 million pounds, no question about it. What are you saying?
Yeah, I'd be happier with 40. I don't know, for some reason, like the 43 feels a bit weird to me. Like if it's 40 on the dot, I'd feel more comfortable. But yeah, 40, 43, I mean, 3 million is not going to make much of a difference when someone like that is going to improve your team. Like, you know what I mean? This is not like a flimsy deal. Like this is a proven player. So you just pay the money.
And also the age, the fact that he's already worked with Mikel Arteta.
With Arteta, do you know statistically he does the most pressing out of any striker? So it matches. Like I see the reason. Like looking at the statistics, I'm like, okay, cool. I see the reason why Arteta wants this guy. He fits the system. He's young. He fits the profile. He works hard. We adding another Brazilian to like the whole Brazilian house we have going on in the Arsenal changing room. So yeah, I don't see any reason why we don't get this deal over, unless we just be stingy and we're trying to negotiate 35 million or whatever. I think for the first deal, and considering we lost Laka and Oba, dude, this don't mess around with. Just pay the money and get it done. Like if you want to be stingy about some of the other deals, like a backup left back or right back, cool, do it then. But for signings like this and Tielemans as well, I would say just put the money on the table, get it done, Also, I don't know if you saw, I saw some rumors about Bissouma being close to Arsenal. I have no idea.
I was gonna get onto that. You kind of jumped in here. We're gonna get onto that, but you want to get onto that now since
sure, why not? Because we're talking about midfielder, right?
Bissouma's available, by the way, for a measly 20 million pounds. Now, if you don't know, there's an ongoing situation with the court case and everything going on. The court case has begun, but the situation is Bissouma would be available for a very cut price. And the reason why he's available for such a cut price is obviously because of the current ongoing situation, the uncertainty of his future. If he was cleared, believe me, he would be going for more than that, and there'd be a lot more suitors. Monaco are interested. Yeah. Chelsea are monitoring his situation, and I'm just sick and tired of seeing him come to the Emirates and absolutely dominate us. So this is the report. Arsenal are looking at Yves Bissouma as a midfield option, and he would be available for as little as 20 million pounds this summer. Wow. What do you have to say about that?
Look, I don't know. It's an interesting one because we've had previous opportunities to sign him. He's posted about Arsenal before. He recently posted about Arsenal again, didn't he? Someone posted about like wanting to see him at Arsenal something, and then he posted it on his Insta story. Like, bro, how do you do? That's crazy, by the way, for a player of another team to just post something like that, even though it's not like his post. He's like reposting somebody else's stuff, but about a different team. Dude, that's like it doesn't get any more obvious than that, right? Because he's taking huge risks to do that. So. Look, clearly he wants Arsenal. I don't know why Arsenal don't move. For 20 mil, even if this guy was a squad player, 20 mil is easy, bro. We spent 25 mil on Torreira. We spent so much on xhaka. This is like, you know what I mean? And when Partey moves on, this guy easily will take over his role. So, yeah, for me, it's the one that we do. But you see, there's so many players that we can, we should buy and we can buy. At the end of the day, I don't believe Arsenal are going to sign more than 4 or 5 players, man. I just can't see it, right?
There's so much that we need to discuss, but people in the comment section are discussing Gnabry. We're talking about Scamacca. We're going to get onto all these names. But first, let's just bring it back quickly to Tielemans because we were discussing Tielemans in depth.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're already discussing Bissouma and everything. Tielemans, the situation with Tielemans is that he has discussed his future. And he's been discussing his future with many different people, and he's been talking about the fact that he could see his future elsewhere. He could see himself leaving, and he's been talking about the fact that he might be leaving this summer. This was what was said yesterday in a report coming out of Belgium camp. I think when he's on the Belgium camp right now. So this is the report. Can you see it? Yes, you can.
It's coming up. Yeah.
Let's. So Youri Tielemans on if he could leave Leicester. This is not out of the question. I feel very good at Leicester, but of course you have to listen to other options. You have you have to look at your career, and sometimes you have to make choices. Maybe one will come my way. So he's basically saying if he's flirting with the idea of exiting
Yeah.
Leicester, he's flirting with the idea of possibly leaving Leicester and joining Arsenal very, very soon. And when speaking about your future, this is a come get me plea for
Well, just leaving in
Arsenal.
general, it's not specifically about Arsenal. I think, since Leicester's won the league, we've slowly seen some of their best players leave. Obviously, some to like Ben Chilwell to Chelsea, Maguire to United. And yeah, I mean, Vardy's still there, but I think a good chunk of that team is gone now. So, and Leicester's not challenging. I think they're an average team. Slightly above average. I won't say average team because I think every team in the Prem now is super competitive, but they're definitely far away from where Arsenal and Tottenham are. So I can understand why he wants to move to a more established team. I think if we made Champions League, this would have been an easy transfer. I just hope some other team doesn't tempt him with Champions League because I think he'd be a good signing. You know my feelings on Xhaka. Right at this point, I'd take anyone over him, and I'm really excited for that to transition to happen, because I think once that happens and once this team unlocks to another gear without him, I think a lot of people will miss him and realize what we've been missing at. I think a lot of people are clouded.
Would you sell Xhaka?
Yeah, absolutely, of course. I give him away for free. I don't think Roma just got Matic from United on a free transfer. Mourinho reuniting with Matic, so there's no reason why they would come for Xhaka anymore, and I don't see any other suitors for him, because he's not that good, and we'll see that again this season. I mean, this summer. I mean, I doubt anyone will be.
Have you seen Xhaka got a speeding fine or something like that?
No, I didn't.
Look at this. So Xhaka's facing a court case for telling the police off or something like that after he was caught speeding 50 miles in a 30-mile zone, and this happened in Cardiff back in November last year. Crazy. Anyways, I don't know why these things make the news. They should literally leave these people alone.
Well, Xhaka will always make the news for whatever reason.
There you go.
But what do you think? Do you think anyone would go in for him?
Come on, Xhaka's dog shit. I think
yeah, he is.
One second,
no, bro.
Saying, yes, Xhaka goes, good offer comes in. You know what? If a good offer comes in, you can sell him. But if no offer comes in,
what is a good offer, dude? No one's gonna give you more than 15 million. 15 million.
I think he's easily worth 20 plus.
20, bro. But look at what you're saying. You gotta listen to yourself. Look, I'm gonna put this in perspective for you. We're saying that we're gonna sell Granit Xhaka for 20 million. We bought him for 40 million like over 5 years ago, and he's apparently so good. But you're saying he's worth half the price that we bought him 5 years ago. That's crazy, dude.
I personally think the fact that he's playing in the Premier League and it's such a fast-paced league, dude. He's not.
I agree. I just don't see why anyone would want him.
I fully think if he was in the Serie A, he would be considered one of the best midfielders.
That's fine, but I don't see any team really coming in for him. I'd love it.
I look at that Euros performance versus France in the Euros, and I say to myself, "This is the Granit Xhaka I want to see on a regular basis."
Bro,
and let me tell you something. This season, when I went to the Emirates, the 3 games that I went to the Emirates, Granit Xhaka put on a show. Versus what do you call it? Tottenham, he put on a show. Versus United, he put on a show, and versus Leicester, he put on a show. So the 3 times I was at the Emirates this season, my man put on a show for me.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, he can put on a show. He's like, he can be an average player. By the way, he scored like so many points going through my head, bro. He scored like 2 goals all season, got so many red cards, gave away penalties. We could have made top 4. We were 2 points away of top 4. You're telling me if he didn't screw up in any of those games against Man City, etc., we wouldn't have made top 4? I mean, come on, bro. And also, I mean, this guy, you can't say that he's having a great game or whatever. Like, when you're saying who dominates, you're talking about like a Thiago Alcantara. He's the one who like shows up in the midfield. Like, Xhaka just does the simple stuff. He just makes simple passes.
Granit Xhaka has a similar passing range to Thiago Alcantara.
No, impossible. Like, not nearly the same accuracy, not nearly the same movement. Dude, you can't compare the 2 players. For me, he's just an average player.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to ask the question in the comment section. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Would you sell Granit Xhaka this summer? That is a question we're going to put in the poll. And also, people are laughing people are dying of laughter when I said that. I really do believe Granit Xhaka has a similar passing range to some of the top midfielders in world football. It's
Dude,
just
absolutely not. If that was the case, then other teams, like even mid-tier teams, would be in for him, bro. You're telling me like a West Ham, Newcastle, Aston Villa, any of these teams, Everton, any of these teams, bro. He doesn't make any of these teams, bro. He doesn't make a Juventus. He does maybe Inter Milan, maybe, but even AC Milan, maybe one of those. But yeah, I just don't see him progressing, and I don't think it's not a coincidence that we haven't made Champions League since he got into the team. Anyways, I don't like wasting much time talking about him. I just want to see an upgrade. I don't want to see him. If he is going to stay at Arsenal, I want to see him as a rotational player that's playing in the Europa games in group stage, not any important game, unless we have an injury crisis. Then yeah, sure, and then maybe the season after.
Granit Xhaka has created more controversy in the comment section than any of these signings have. I will tell you something right now. I really do believe Granit Xhaka had a good season.
Yeah, but dude, but that you're comparing him to his own standard. Yes, to his own standard, he had a good season, but compare him to a global standard of an above average midfielder, and he doesn't do anything, right? Like, look at any of the top 4 teams and think about any of their midfielders. Xhaka's not better than any of them. So yeah, I'm not saying that he's not that like he's a terrible player. He's just not good enough for what we want, and I don't think he has enough versatility to let us play in different ways. Like he really limits us, and he's slow.
So if Tielemans comes in, he's coming to take
100%, dude. What you think Tielemans would come to Arsenal and not have a guaranteed place in the starting 11?
1 second. If Zinchenko also comes in, do you think he's ahead of Granit Xhaka?
We're not getting both. He'll be backup left back, bro, and he'll play. Depending on the tactics and stuff, depending on the opposition, he might play as a inverted left back and play in midfield in maybe some games and get a little bit of a run out and be as like a cover player. But I don't see him as a starting player. Tielemans would start.
So you don't see Arsenal signing Zinchenko and
Tielemans
and Hickey?
Sorry, no, dude, no way. You're saying Tielemans, Hickey, no way.
But you don't think Arsenal is going to sign Tielemans, Hickey, and Zinchenko?
No, dude. What you think? When have you seen Arsenal sign big 3 players on our list like that? Just chop, bro. Not happening because we still have way more targets on top of that. Okay, I see us getting 2 of the 3.
So out of Hickey and Zinchenko, and Tielemans, you have to pick 2.
Hickey and Tielemans. Yeah.
Why Hickey?
Bro, because I think he's younger. I obviously don't watch him, and like I can't claim to have watched his games and stuff. I've seen his highlights. He looks decent. He takes a lot of shots. I like that. Tavares takes a lot of shots, but he just can't shoot, right? So there's a big difference. Definitely not as fast. I think he just brings different. He's like a mini Tierney, right? I don't think he's as fast as Tierney, but I think he's a good versatile. Xhaka for captain.
People are really split. So you got some people saying, Granit Xhaka doesn't have to have pace or the range of Thiago. Yeah, my God. Xhaka for captain. People are saying, does Matamoral mean G? I like Granit Xhaka shining.
What? United and Liverpool. Yo, that's a crazy opinion. I could never believe that.
I think proper competition will improve Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, I agree, but let him get it elsewhere. Not at Arsenal.
We will miss Granit Xhaka. We don't.
No. He said no. Read the comment properly. It says we miss Xhaka when he don't play. And yes, you're right, Afsar. We do because we have nobody else, and that's what I keep saying. This comparison is just flawed. There's no one else in our team apart from El Neni, and Partey's injured. So yeah, of course we miss him when he's not there because we have absolutely nobody else except for Lokonga. If you actually had a top class midfielder, we wouldn't be saying this. Wouldn't be having this conversation. So I don't understand why people don't take that into consideration. Yeah, of course you're gonna miss him if there's freaking nobody. You don't have any other midfielder to play in your team. Like, come on.
So the question is, would you sell Granit Xhaka?
Yes, told you. Give me 15 million. I'd sell now, immediately, bro. And then go get Bissouma for 20 million. Like, come on. So easy maths, bro. Easy maths. Sell Xhaka for 15, add another 5, and go get Bissouma, bro. If it's really 20 mil. As the report said. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Easy upgrade.
Okay, let me tell you something. What if I tell you Granit Xhaka if we keep him and we put him on the bench, that improves our quality so much more.
Bro, but not really, because for me, I think Bissouma doesn't get injured that much. Hopefully, Partey doesn't get injured that much. And we have El Neni and we have Lokonga. And hopefully, we buy another midfielder. Because, I think we need cover for Odegaard. He can't play every game. Also, his style doesn't suit every game. There's some games he gets played out like Ozil used to. And so we might need to change up the tactics. And I would want a different midfielder, maybe like Aouar, who's also not expensive. Arsenal can do a lot of smart business, if we're serious and we actually have the cash and we just go and put the money where our mouth is, right? Sign Tielemans, sign Jesus, sign Hickey, sign Bissouma. I mean, dude, that's solid core to our team. It upgrades us massively. It's like four positions. So yeah.
You know what? I don't want to go anywhere. The Hickey thing. Talk to me about him, because I know you really like Hickey. I've seen you talking about him on socials. What do you think about Aaron Hickey, and do you think he's the right profile of player that we should go for? He's also young.
Absolutely.
I think he's a little bit more experience, and Zinchenko would also have more versatility over him.
Yeah, but I think isn't there a price difference, or are they both close to the same price?
They're both around the same price, 22 to 25.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind either. I think they're both good, solid players as long as they're accepting that they're going to be back up to Tierney, right? And we loan Tavares. For me, I think the signing we had of Tomiyasu from Bologna, like it adds more confidence that like this guy also has to be good, bro. Because I mean, they're both fullbacks. So for me, yeah, I've seen his highlights and stuff. He looks committed player, young, athletic. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't sign him. And I think he's only worth 20 million, 25 million. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much competition for him either. I think that plays a factor for me as well. I just want to get kind of over the
West
line.
Ham are the only team in for him, really.
Yeah.
So we don't really have much competition.
Bro, but Man City getting Cucurella, bro, I would have loved Arsenal to go get that guy. That guy's amazing. But he wouldn't be a backup player.
The thing is, they moved quick for him.
But it's Man City as well. They move quick and they put the money and they have the stature and everything. They have everything, dude. It's crazy.
Man City is a very well-run club. Honestly, it's tough to compare to Manchester City right now.
Yeah, I don't compare, bro. I accept it. I never if I had a rival fan, I wouldn't try and talk crap to them because I know that they're just way, way ahead of us, right? And you just have to accept it.
So I find it interesting because you're saying we have to pick one. If you we have to pick one
between the Zinchenko and Hickey. Yeah, I don't see us buying both, bro. Honestly, we also saw reports about Arteta reducing his.
Could it be that we buy both of them and we say forget about Tielemans? Is that a possibility?
Sure, it is a possibility, but I wouldn't want that because I don't see Zinchenko. You know what I want, bro? I want a player that we sign that goes straight into the starting 11. No bench, no settling in, none of that crap, bro. No, I want a player that we pay the money for. He comes straight into the team. Okay, a few games he needs to integrate, and then bang, bro. He's contributing to the team. He's involved. He's assisting, scoring, whatever. He's doing what he needs to his role. And
sorry. Yeah. So I completely get that. So that's why you'd rather have Tielemans over Zinchenko.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Tielemans or Bissouma, either or, bro. I would take either of them. I would be happy with.
Okay. People in the comment section, let me know what you're saying. Let's go through some of the comments quickly just so we can get back on track because we've already covered Tielemans, we covered Jesus. Next, we're going to get into the Gnabry stuff because there's a bunch of people in the comment section who want to talk about Gnabry. People are saying, I agree, Bissouma and Xhaka all day for sure. You see, there's some love for Granit Xhaka in the comment section, man. There is some love.
Well, there is, of course. That's why there's so much debate. That's what I'm saying. There's this bunch of people in the fan base who just love him, and I don't understand why. I could never understand why. I'm throwing a party the day he leaves Arsenal. I've said that because he's caused me so much pain. You know what I mean? And again, it's not like personal hate towards him. Like he actually has scarred me, right? I'm a fan. I watch. He's cost my team so many times in the same way. Like you can't repair that. It's just like regardless of anyone's feelings on him, tomorrow he could become the best player in the world. I wouldn't matter. I just want to wish him the best somewhere else. Wish him the best wherever, somewhere else, just not at Arsenal. I just want to move on from him.
Okay,
this is my feelings.
Let's go on to the Scamacca news. So if you guys don't know who Scamacca is, he is a 6'5" striker who plays for the Italian
Young.
national team, and he plays for Sassuolo. We've been linked to him numerous times over the last coming days, but today there's been a rumor that he has been linked to PSG. Yes, apparently PSG are now interested in the Italian striker, and it could be another place where he could end up. I personally don't believe for a second he's going to end up at Arsenal. I think he's going to end up staying in Italy. I don't really see him going to Paris either. But yeah, this is the link right here. Let me just show you guys. Arsenal will face competition for Gianluca Scamacca this summer, with Paris Saint-Germain reportedly holding interest and talks with Sassuolo over the striker, reported by the Express. So talk to me, man. What do you think about Scamacca, and what do you think about this news?
Yeah, honestly, I think similar to January, there's not that many strikers that we can really go for. We have our Tabby Abraham, we had Vlahovic, and we had Scamacca as well being linked to us in January. Scored a lot of goals this season. I think he's 6'5" or something like that, so he's super tall. I think he brings a balance of the Giroud plus the Sanchez. Maybe I don't think he has the same skills and dribbling ability, but I think he kind of can play that role that Lacazette did for us this season, right? Kind of the hold up play, and he can get into the box and finish off headers and stuff. He's scored a variety of goals. He has a good shot, as in like in terms of shot power. Like he has a powerful shot. I remember Hulk, the Brazilian. He used to have a really powerful shot, and this guy reminds me of when I was watching his highlights. A lot of the goals, like the keeper's not even like moving because it's just past him like that. So yeah, dude, he looks like a clinical finisher. It gives me a little bit of a Mason Greenwood vibe. I think Mason Greenwood was a really good finisher. Unfortunate the way his career has panned out. He had a lot of potential.
He deserves it. If he actually did what he did, he deserves it.
Yeah, of course, but waste of talent, right? Like, because there's not a lot of young players. Like I would say, even Rashford doesn't have the same finishing ability. So yeah, I think it's interesting. A little bit pricey, but not as pricey as Victor Osimhen or what's that guy's name? Darwin Núñez, right? Would be. And I think Darwin Núñez has way more options, because of Champions League and stuff. So because statistically, I watch what is it, Tifo. Really good channel, man. They really break down things really well. I really enjoy watching that. And yeah, on there it was pretty explicit. Gabriel Jesus, Scamacca, these guys are high pressing players, strikers. They're young, they fit the profile, not too expensive. Yeah, again, like for me, I just don't see how we buy Jesus, Hickey, Tielemans, and this guy. It just feels like a dream. So
yeah, it definitely does. People in the chat, you know what else is a dream? If you guys could all smash that like button, that would really help me out a lot, help out the channel a lot. Any questions you have for us, let us know in the chat. People are saying Scamacca gives me Mario Mandzukic vibes.
Yeah, he does. But he's way more versatile, I think. But he's definitely good. He's very good area.
People compare him to Ibra also. But you know what? I'm not an expert on Italian football. I'm not going to act like we are.
Me neither.
We're just fans talking about transfers. So we can't break it down as those guys do. But you know what? We can tell you the raw facts, what we believe is going to happen, what's not going to happen. But the next thing we're going to talk about, Gnabry. Yo, chat to me about Gnabry, bro. Because everybody is on this thing when it comes to Gnabry. Everyone's getting excited. And I'm not going to lie, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to be that guy, but I don't think it's going to happen. But another thing is the possibility of it happening is still very high because Real Madrid, Barcelona, these other clubs that are interested in him don't really seem to be seriously interested in him. They seem to be partially interested in him.
And they also don't have the money, bro. Like,
what's it called? Serge Gnabry will imagine what? Serge Gnabry can imagine playing for either Real Madrid or Barcelona in his future, but departing this summer is not an option either for Gnabry nor Bayern. So at this moment in time, it doesn't look like they want him to go. And also, there's this article here that says Gnabry is not an option for Real Madrid at this moment in time. So with that being said, it doesn't look like Gnabry is going to Real Madrid or Barcelona this summer, and it doesn't look like Bayern really want to let him go. They might just let him run down his contract and leave on a free. So we can get him next summer on a free, maybe. But right now, probably not. What do you think about Gnabry, man?
Yeah, bro, another dream, another dream.
This guy said Gnabry will downgrade.
Look, I agree that partially it is a downgrade, but I think, emotional factors may come into play here, right? And that's,
Not being
sorry?
do you blame Arteta not being an attractive manager like Klopp?
No. I think it's just Arsenal not being in the Champions League. Really, that's the only part of the puzzle that we're missing for me to say that this, it's kind of more probable than just a dream right now, right? Also, Arsenal never go back and sign a player they let go, apart from Thierry Henry. So I don't, that's why when people talk about Ramsey coming back to Arsenal and stuff. I never believed any of that because I think it would make Arsenal look so foolish to let Ramsey go and then pay 40 million to get him back. I mean, how dumb can you look? You already look dumb when you let most of your top players go for free, and then letting a player go for free and then buying him back for 40 million just tops it all off for me. So yeah, I don't see Arsenal spending 50 million on him. If we could get maybe 30, get him for 30 or 40 million and maybe convince him and maybe put a clause in the contract saying that, look, if we don't make Champions League next season, you're free to go where you want. But if we do make Champions League, then you stay here and you develop with the other, and you be part of the team and you develop. Not that he's not part of the team next season, just individually sometimes to attract players that might not be convinced. These are some of the moves, unconventional that Arsenal might have to do to be able to pull some of those players, above our brackets into the team, right, or into the club. So yeah, for me, it'd be amazing. I'd sell Pepe, bring Gnabry in, and have Saka, Gnabry, Jesus, Scamacca. But see, that's the thing. That's the other thing. I don't see us getting Jesus, Scamacca, and Gnabry. Like, you see, there's too many dreams here. This is why the transfer window and Twitter and it's just a hole, bro, because there's all these rumors and stuff. And as a fan, you love it because you want all of this to come true. But yeah, there's no way we sign all three of those attacking players. So for me, yeah, if anything, it would be Scamacca and Jesus.
You know what? This comment right here, the Leroy Sané comment. Can you see it on the screen?
Yeah, I can.
What do you think about that? Because I really
look. If we can get it on a cheap, I would. And cheap, I mean, like, what do you think he's worth? 25, 30 million? So similar to Gnabry. I don't see them selling for cheaper than that. Then maybe, but I think it all depends on if we can get rid of Pepe and how much we can get rid of him for. I think the first move Arsenal need to do is get rid of Pepe, get the cash in, and then you can make an assessment, have your different scenarios or options of players or wingers, and then start negotiating and see between Gnabry and him if it's a possibility. Because there's also Dybala, bro, that could play on the wing. There's on a free transfer. There's other players in the market as well that we could take a shot at, right? Like if we sign 6 solid players and we take a risk on one of the signings that like Dybala, you don't know if he's going to do well or not, and he's going to be costly on wages. Even a Pogba, bro. I'd take a Pogba, bro. I'd take a Pogba right now. Put Pogba, Partey, and Odegaard, bro, in our team, bro. Holy crap. That'd be amazing.
I think Pogba would be a luxury which we could not afford to even bring in at this
point. If he's a free transfer and we've cleared out Aubameyang, like I said, all these star players, Ozil, we have wages to play with? Try it for a season or two or whatever, right? And see if you can get us in the Champions League, bro. Pogba could be an incredible player at Arsenal. He just needs the right system, the right coaching, and he needs to put his mind into it, right? And I think around better players, like United have Ronaldo and all these hotshot players, right? At Arsenal, we know, as I said, we have all these young players that haven't made it, right? And they're gonna look up to him as a leader, and he might feel motivated to show up, right? Because he's playing with a young team that want to win.
Let's talk about some of these takes here because there's some interesting takes here. Where do we finish next season? Honestly, I don't really want to get into that right now. I think we still need to see what we do in the summer. But there's another question that was asked. Are you worried about losing Martinelli or Saka? With the rumors flying around yesterday and everything flying around, we really need to sign Bukayo Saka to a new contract. We need to get Martinelli and these guys all tied down also. Are you worried that they will leave in the coming years? And personally, in my opinion, if they don't consider leaving, if we're in the same position next season, I'll be questioning their ambitions. So, in my opinion, they
Well,
will.
it depends on what we achieve next season, right? If we don't make Champions League again next season, I can totally understand why they would consider it. I think, yeah, unless we get like 100 mil for Saka and maybe like 60 mil for Martinelli, and I don't know, maybe 60 mil is a bit too much. Maybe 40 mil would be a realistic bid for Martinelli. I wouldn't accept it. We're just building on the team. These are two of our top players. They start most of our games, our left wing and right wing. I know Martinelli swaps with ESR, but he played a lot of minutes, especially towards the end of the season. So I wouldn't sell them this summer. Potentially in the future, if we don't achieve our targets and stuff, other bigger teams that are achieving Champions League may be able to sway. Like we've seen Van Persie, Nasri, Clichy, Sanya, all these other players that were swayed by Man City and United, even Chelsea as well. Yeah, dude, we cannot. What's the point of going through this whole process, right? If we're going to redo and make the same mistakes that we made in previous regimes, meaning Arsene Wenger's, right? I don't see how it makes any sense, bro. You can't let go of your best players, and if you do, it really has to be for astronomy. Like, bro, can you believe? Just take this in, bro. We sold Van Persie for 20 mil, bro. 20 mil or 25 mil, and we got rid of Sanchez for free. Yeah, we got Mkhitaryan on a swap, but then we let Mkhitaryan go for free. So we basically sold Sanchez for free as well. Like it's crazy. That's like 100 mil right there in front of you. Easy 100 mil. And we could that's like two star players that you put in your team, right? And that's the problem with Arsenal. We made all these F-ups, right? And those are like, if you actually add it all up, it's like 4 or 5 star players that makes our Champions League team like now. And that's why it's really interesting for me in the summer that
I just want to read something quickly. I checked this.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus has not agreed personal terms with Spurs. He's agreed personal terms with Arsenal on the 6th of June. Nothing has been agreed with him in Spurs. I just checked all three.
Dude, is this trolling, bro? There was also rumors about him going to Chelsea, and it was a quote about.
There's nothing agreed with him and Spurs. Arsenal are supposed to have been agreed personal terms with him, but Spurs have shown interest. They've not agreed any personal terms with him. So yeah, what else is there in the comment section? Let's just see. Do you know the Europa League song? I don't know it. No. You gotta check for me. I've already checked that for you. Yo, what do you think about Trusty and Turner?
Bro, don't know nearly enough about Trusty. Look, I saw on Twitter.
Trusty is never gonna play for Arsenal, but Turner.
No, he will, but he's not gonna play that much, barely.
Do you watch Chronicles of a Gooner? Do you watch Chronicles of a Gooner?
Yeah, of course.
Harry had a guest on, and she broke down how this is the worst move in his career.
Yeah, something about it's just for branding and like to open up the network to the US.
Because he's bad with his ball, his feet, and he's trying to get better. But basically, they've said the way that he plays in goal, where he lives right now, he doesn't use his feet at all. He's just used as a shot stopper and somebody to come collect the ball for crosses, and that's it. So when he comes to Arsenal, he's gonna have to get better at using the ball as his feet, and he's gonna have to get used to it. Because even when he's playing for the U.S. national team, that's how they play, but he's not as good as Zach Steffen. And we know Zach Steffen is not the best at his ball, his feet either.
Yeah, but he starts over Zach for the national team, right? So that means a bit. I think his shot stopping is good. I think his distribution with his feet could be better. But bro, you're right. He's not gonna play that much. Honestly, what do you think he's gonna play? League Cup, bro. He's gonna play League Cup until we get to like serious, competition, right? Like knockout stages. That's probably when Ramsey will come back. And Europa, he might get a few games out. But if he's as bad as what's that guy's name? I already Runnerson, bro. Then yeah, I don't see him getting any game time. And Leno is gonna go as well, so it's gonna be interesting. I think we're supposed to promote our third keeper to be like the third keeper.
100%. People in the chat right now, we have 95 votes. 65% say yes, they will sell Granit Xhaka this summer. 35% say no, they will not sell Granit Xhaka this summer. So 65% of the people agree with you. Also, people in the chat, we have 51 likes. Hit those like buttons. Let's continue getting those likes up. What do you think of Spurs making signings already? Free transfers.
I didn't see this. So they signed.
They signed Fraser Foster.
From where?
Former Southampton goalkeeper.
Southampton, isn't he old?
Yeah, he's 35.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just a backup keeper. It's not anything serious. It doesn't really impact us at all. If it was an improvement on Lloris, I'd be like, okay, cool, whoa.
I've seen people getting upset that they've signed Perisic and we haven't signed anybody yet.
Oh, dude, that was a good signing. I have to say, I rate Perisic. He's old. He has maybe 1 or 2 more seasons left in him. But dude, the guy's consistent, and his output is like, yeah. He has one move and he uses it all the time. He abuses it, like on FIFA. When you have pace, you just abuse it, and no one can do it. That's what he does, bro. And he's really good at crossing and stuff. He can ping it top corners, good at free kicks. He's a decent player, like a good squad player. I think he's going to have a bigger impact on Spurs than we did with Willian. I think what they will get with him is what we were expecting to get from Willian. So yeah, good for them. But it's not going to make them, title contenders or whatever. I just think it makes them just a better all-round team if Kane and Song both are injured, right?
Talking about injuries, Kieran Tierney. What do you think about Kieran Tierney and Tavares?
Man, this guy's one of my favorite players, Mr. Consistency, and it's true. I have to consider that this guy's getting injured way too much, man. And it sucks because he gives 120% to the team, and that's why he keeps getting injured, in training and everything, I'm sure. And he just has bad luck. I would keep him, right, and keep him as the first team player and see what happens if he gets injured or whatever. We have Hickey, but that's why I'm saying it's so important to get the right backup.
Tavares. Don't forget about the second part of the question. What do you think about Tavares?
About what? Cedric Suarez.
Nuno Tavares.
Dude, I told you, loan the guy. Finished. Loan the guy. I like him. He's cool. You know what I mean? I'm sure this guy is living the dream, playing for Arsenal and whatever, and he has raw talent. You can see it, right? But he needs so much development. He needs so much time.
Okay, what about Torreira? Enough about Nuno Tavares. What about
Torreira?
Would you just get rid of him?
Torreira?
Yeah.
Bro, I would have gotten rid of El Neni and I would have kept Torreira, but now because we kept El Neni, we have to get rid of Torreira. We don't have space because we're gonna keep xhaka as well. I don't see him going, so he's gonna Otherwise, we have to loan Lokonga, and I don't see us loaning Lokonga because he just came. So Torreira sell.
Apparently, Florentina told us that they can't meet the 15 million valuation, but if we want to take 7 million, they'll give us 7 million.
Dude, people are taking a piss at us. You saw that thing about Bellerin? Oh, we can't afford it. Bro, what is this, bro? Look, they saw so many other teams take a piss at us for so long with so many players, and we got rid of them for free or we paid out the contract. Even Aubameyang, bro, we paid him to play for Barcelona this last half of the season. So, of course, these teams are not going to come and be like, yeah, these are all your washed-up players that you're trying to get rid of from the past regime anyways. Just give it to us on a half price because you've already lost so much money. You want to lose more. And it's strategically, we've really screwed ourselves here.
No, I definitely agree.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. How does Arsenal get into a mess like this, bro? Arsenal's huge. You can, there must be someone who was checking all these deals. How did that one person checking all this didn't recognize that 12 players left for free? It's impossible that shit just went by. And you know what I mean? If you're a proper business, that shit doesn't fly, bro, unless no one is just paying attention. And you just have free reign and you just cool, buy this guy, get rid of him for free or whatever, right? But I don't think so.
But the source is not as reliable. This is what it says. Let me show you what it says. This is the article. Demazio, Florentino will take 6 to 7 million euros, not even pounds, euros.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. I think it's another waste of money. I think because it's been so long since the last time he played, and the last time he played, remember, Emery played him as a number 10. So really wrecked him. So this guy, unfortunately, just has, and he's actually born, me and him shared the same birthday. So I actually have a little bit of, a soft spot for him because we're birthday brothers. But yeah, dude, this guy doesn't have a chance anymore.
Would you take Marco Reus? No,
dude,
I wouldn't take.
Dude, I would actually. If it's a free transfer, I would. Bro, we want any free transfers that are as a solid player or established player, even if they're aging.
Bro. He's 33 years old.
Yeah, he's 33 years old. Give him a one. One contract for one season, bro. You telling me this guy can't help us? We're playing in 4 competitions next season. We don't have any squad depth, bro. Look at our team right now, bro. We have no one on the bench. We have all these young kids who don't even get to use. They don't even come on. They don't even get used. They're just there to
What
fill
do you
up the
think about
roster.
Darwin Núñez? What do you think about Darwin Núñez? Because he's now linked
Too
to
good,
United.
bro. Too good for Arsenal.
I think he's
Statistically,
shit.
too good for Arsenal, bro. No, he's actually not. He's really good at positioning. He wins headers, scores with both feet. Again, he presses a lot. He fits the system. Young. I mean, I think between him and Vlahovic, I think he might even be better than Vlahovic. We've seen Vlahovic has not performed at Juventus this season. So yeah, I think after Haaland, I think Núñez is like the next top rated, young player available on the market. I'm not talking about other players that are not leaving their team. I'm saying the players that are available, he's definitely up there in the top 3 for me.
Boom. Yeah, so pretty much it, man. Anything else you want to talk about? Oh, Mikel Arteta. What's your views on him? You still Arteta out?
Yeah, I told you. I mean, there's no point of being Arteta out because it's not going to change. He isn't going to leave. And it's not that I'm Arteta out. I just want Arsenal to win and I want to see progression. And if he doesn't achieve his targets, then I don't think he deserves to manage. As I said, I've seen progress. I do want to see what this. I know we say it every single season. This summer transfer window is the most important ever. I really want to see what he does because there's no more excuses. We need to sign attacking players, and I don't want any more young. We've done all the young. We've built the foundation. Now we need to put established pieces in our team that is just going to take us that level. That's the last part of the puzzle that he needs to do for me. And then we're going to see a team that will grow and flourish, right? So, yeah, bro. Honestly, I think he disappointed at the end of the season. I think we should have made Champions League. I didn't want him to get a contract extension, but at the end of the day, he's the manager. I've seen some good things. I want to see who he recruits. I want to see how he starts the first 5 games of the season. If he screws it up royally, we don't get the right players. There's injuries, no whatever. I don't care. I don't want to hear the excuse. If he doesn't deliver in the first few games of the season, and we're not already, we're not up to where we're expecting to be on our performance and the players that we have and being able to score goals and create chances, because bro, we know we can't create chances now. We struggle to score goals. I don't know how we scored so many goals against United and Chelsea. I think that was fluke, bro, because after that again we couldn't score, and that's what cost us, and that's what's been costing us the past few seasons as well. So yeah, just get the strikers, let's score goals, let's create, and I'm willing to see Arteta take us wherever he can take us. That's fine as long as he's delivering. Does that make sense? Is that fair? I feel like that's fair. I don't have a personal agenda against him, right? I can see what he brings. I can see what skills that he has, right? But he is making some mistakes, right? And that's costing us a bit. But yeah, right now I'm happy with Arsenal. I'm seeing progression, and I just want to see us spend money. I think we should have spent this money 10 years ago. If we spent this money 10 years ago, bro, we would be what Liverpool and Man City are today. We just were too slow to react, and by the time we realized that we have to pump in money to actually win things and make something of ourselves and grow our brand and et cetera, I think we were already behind the pack, bro.
You want to know something? There's no excuses for Mikel Arteta. I fully agree. If he doesn't get it sorted out this year, he's gone. Doesn't matter that he got a new.
It's not just him, by the way. It's Edu as well and everything. I don't want us, even if we get the right players, I don't want us to wait till the last, week of the summer transfer window and say, oh, we were negotiating. Oh, it's hard. Oh, bro, they just signed Haaland, man. Are you kidding me? That's probably one of the hardest transfers you could do. I mean, maybe it's easy because it was just the money issue, but for me, I feel like we need to make signings, make a statement, imagine and do it under. I don't want it to be in the press or anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be like Caleb Chambers, right, bro? Remember, we were just like, what the hell? This guy is going to Aston Villa. No one heard a thing about it. And I love that, Tielemans, Jesus, done pictures, video, and Arsenal player of them coming into the training ground, doing their medical tests and everything. And we didn't talk about Saliba, bro. That's a big one, bro. That's a big one. I'm so excited that he's coming back. I was really bummed and really disappointed. And I really did think that it was over for him and there was no chance he was coming back to the team.
Who starts?
Bro, he starts. He starts with Gabriel.
Saliba and Gabriel, or Saliba and Benoit?
Saliba and Gabriel, bro, because Ben White wins the most headers in our team right now, and he distributes the ball, and Saliba does exactly both that. And in fact, Saliba made he broke a record for the most passes in League One.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. He's a freaking defender, bro. He's a center back, and he broke the record for most passes. I think that's a center mid. I feel like a center mid would be breaking that. Someone like Xhaka or El Neni with all their sideways passing. But dude, that's amazing. Hopefully this guy's gonna take us to the next level. Just them three, and we'll play like a 3-4-3 or whatever. We'll change it up.
There you go. Big up to you, bro. Pretty much.
Yeah, bro. It was good catching up.
Nothing else that I have to say. I'd love to have you on on a monthly basis whenever you're free.
Yeah, bro. Ping me.
Obviously, I know I can't catch you every week because you're a very busy guy. But dude, let people know where they can catch you, bro.
Absolutely. No, look, I'm on Twitter a lot. As I said, I think we're all on there quite often, always checking out the rumors. So you can find me on Twitter at African Gooner. On my way to 10K. I think I'm about 500 or 400 followers away. So yeah, help me achieve that goal. And yeah, bro, we can catch up every couple of weeks or so. Just ping me and we'll see if we can make some time. Hopefully we get some good news and we have some juicy stuff to talk about and real stuff, not just rumors. I want real transfer news where we're actually making moves to sign players. And even if we don't sign players, bro, Frankie de Jong, right, to United. Sorry, just on another point. I don't care if Arsenal don't sign him, but I want to see us at least rival, bro. Give us the respect, as a fan base to say at least we tried. Cool, he didn't want to come and he didn't want to go to United, but at least we put our name in the hat. That's what I want to see Arsenal doing, is acting like a big club. So yeah, looking forward to the next time we can catch up.
No worries, bro. Thank you for coming on. Really do appreciate it, and definitely gonna get you on next time. Just to let everybody know in the chat, I'm gonna have Dawood on tomorrow to discuss transfers also. So yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and big up to you, Le African Gooner, and everyone in the chat.
Cheers.
You guys have yourself